Starring, amongst others, Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford, Ana de Armas, Sylvia Hoeks and Jared Leto. Directed by Denis Villeneuve, probably said that name wrong, and written by Hampton Fancher and Michael Green. This is my review for Blade Runner 2049.
There is still a page left.
It's been 35 years since Blade Runner. 35 years, long time, and let's be honest, sequels that come after a long wait don't tend to be all that good. Still feeling the upset from Independence Day resurgence. I'm not over it. Blade Runner though, pretty damn good. The original Blade Runner I like. I've never loved it. I've seen it multiple times. It's one of those movies that I want to love, so I've been trying to force myself to love it and I can never quite get there. Like, I always just really like it. Audio and visually, I think it's great. It's just, for me, the story, it's not tight enough. It just feels like it's sort of there. So when it comes to Blade Runner 2049, I wasn't really sure what to expect. The reviews are pretty much across the board phenomenal. Like, everyone loves this movie. You're hearing 10 out of 10s. You're hearing best sequel ever made, and not just from one person. Like, multiple people are saying the same sort of thing. So I was excited. Is it the best sequel of all time? No, I don't think it is. To some, apparently so. To me, no. Terminator 2. Terminator 2 still is, and this doesn't challenge it. But it's a damn good sequel. That I'll give it. I feel that this may be a quicker review than normal because more than any other movie that I've seen in a while, this is one that I can't really talk too much about. It's a film that you go into it as blind as possible. Go into it knowing as little about anybody in it as you possibly can. That's definitely the best advice I can give you, so I'm not really going to talk about plot too much on this one. What I can talk about, though, are the performances, and they're incredible. Ryan Gosling, career best, quite possibly. He's amazing in this one. Harrison Ford gives his best performance in years in this one. Like, he's great. He's not in it as much as I was hoping he would be, but when he is, and when he's given the right material, he knocks it out of the park. Like, genuinely, this is the best Harrison Ford performance in ages. And really, nobody puts a foot wrong. There's not a weak performance that I can single out in this at all. Everybody brings their A game to it. And they're not the only ones, because while I don't think Blade Runner 2049 is a masterpiece, there are certain parts of it that I think are perfect. The way this movie looks, it just blows me away. I want to watch it again instantly just so I can keep pausing it, just so I can look at all the different landscapes and the cities, because much like the first one set up how this world looks, this one takes that and multiplies it by 50, and it's just perfect. So many little details, so many things that I want to see, so many quick images that fly past that I don't really get to take in properly. I cannot wait to see this on a rewatch, especially in 4K. This has to be one of the best looking 4K Blu-rays on the market when it comes out. I can't wait to see it. The sound in this movie as well, oh my god, the sound. It sticks pretty close to the sound from the first one, but again, much like the visuals, it just improves on it. It's so loud in places, but it just adds so much to what's being shown on the screen. When it comes to visuals, audio, again, much like the performances, there's nothing I can fault. Nothing at all. The first one didn't feel to me like it was a coherent story. And some people absolutely love the first Blade Runner, and that's absolutely fine. It's just, for me, story-wise, it just wasn't as tight as I thought it could be. This one, for me, suffers from the same sort of thing, but nowhere near to that degree. Like, I can follow what's happening. It's just, at times, it does feel like... I'm not sure if it's necessarily there's too many things at play in one time, but it feels like certain aspects aren't given as much attention as I was hoping they would. And again, this is very difficult to talk about without actually talking about specific plot points, which I can't do. There's one character in particular as well, and I'm not going to name the character or say the character's gender. Like, I don't want to give anything away, but the character in question, the one I'm thinking of, becomes vital to the story, but doesn't, to me, feel like anything other than a plot device. There's no development to that person to make me empathise with them or feel anything for them, and that's a bit of a problem. And then there's the running time. This one clocks in nearly 3 hours. Like, it's a long movie, and honestly, it didn't need to be. There's many scenes in this that could have been trimmed down, could have been shortened, some could even have been removed, and it wouldn't have affected the overall movie, at least I don't think so. The full version's great to see, it's great having as much material as possible, But I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm the sort of person who would prefer it if it was done for the Blu-ray, if there was a director's cut on the Blu-ray, although talking about different cuts of a movie when it comes to Blade Runner, maybe not the best idea. Yeah, maybe this was the right way to go. We don't need a 17th cut of Blade Runner 2049. So yeah, I had issues with it, but I do want to speak about Denis Villeneuve, the guy whose name I've probably got wrong twice now. This director's amazing. Like, he does such a good job with this, and I love all his other films as well. Arrival was one of my favourite films, I think it was last year, one of my favourite movies of last year, and again, he delivers. Every time a movie comes out and I see he's attached to it, it makes me that little bit more excited to see it. And nothing about Blade Runner 2049 changes my opinion on him. I still think he's great, and I still think he's one that we should continue to watch out for. Every movie he does should be like an event, because his track record kind of proves that it is. So yeah, I had issues with Blade Runner 2049. I didn't absolutely love it, but I really, really liked it. Like, I want to make that point clear. I didn't come out of this feeling disappointed. I just came out of it with a few issues. And maybe that was all the hype. Maybe that was everybody saying that it's a 10 out of 10 movie, just set myself up for a little bit of disappointment. It's possible. But I did really, really like it. I already want to watch it again. It's a bit too long for me to want to sit in the cinema and watch it again, but it's a day one release for me. As soon as it's out on Blu-ray, I'm buying it and I'm watching it. And please do a good job on the 4K. They'd have to do something seriously wrong to screw that up. I'm going to give Blade Runner 2049 an 8 out of 10. Guys, this is a good movie. It's very good. I'm a little sad I couldn't give it a 10 out of 10. I was hoping I would. It's just, as I say, a few issues stopped me from enjoying it as much as I could have done. But definitely not a bad movie. Definitely a very, very good movie that I do think you should all go and watch. Thank you for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter at JoePJulians, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.